Dobra, jeszcze raz.
Playing at being bored. I just don't know how to dance the bebop.
That's one heck of a Sunday.
Son, you're a couple of shingles short of them.
You think talking's cheap? Try hiring a lawyer.
That cherry pie was the...
So what next? Any ideas?
Well, the kid is in back somewhere. Let's pick him up.
Serio?
He goes into a bar and orders a beer and a mop.
Gdzieś z tyłu.
You were twice as smart.
Tu jest jakieś wyjście. O tym nie pomyślałem.
Tiernan!
O, jest.
LAPD! There!
What are you waiting for? Get after it!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires! Hit him, Cole! Spit him out! Another runner. Well, at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to land it.
Well, your theories are not airtight by any means. Hit him! Clean this asshole off the road! Fellas, you gotta get me closer!
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble.
What the heck, fire?
Put your hands in the air!
Zatrzymany. Są tylko baru męża. Nic poza tym.
Hey!
O, dobra.
You're gonna kill us!
Nagrywamy, to potem to zobaczę.
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
Dobra. Okej,
What's your
jakiś
name?
gościu.
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
O,
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
You want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
Oskarża kłamstwo.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You look down your nose at Evelyn, but you knew her, and you have some idea of what happened.
I hope you're holding aces. I'm telling you again, I barely knew the woman.
Ledwo znaleźć, jak daje się książkę.
Why would you lend her your book on metaphysics if you only knew her in passing? It was more than that. A Renaissance man like yourself, lending his books to his acolytes.
She hounded me about that goddamn book, and then she lifts it from my apartment and lies to my face that she didn't take it, as if she could even comprehend any of it. I saw her go into a hotel with Tiernan last night. They had booze in a paper bag. He's your man.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
The regulars might have something else to tell you, but I don't.
Dobra, dawaj, zaraz już naszą bykę.
Car 11K, Car 11 King, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central. Go to.
11 King, en route. Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
No już nie mam i tak innej opcji, niż jechać na komendę w tej chwili. Więc zróbmy to.
Any Century unit a possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza unit.
Ciekawe. Blisko, daleko, blisko, blisko, daleko. Daleko.
Code 3 identified.
I want to make homicide. You know you made it.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
What do you want from me, Greenhorn?
Is somebody gonna tell us what the hell is going on?
Gdzie są? Na dole.
That's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop. Now that's an oxymoron.
Stary jakiś nowy list czy coś?
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick. But she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray? As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married. Yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And to follow up on Evelyn Summers, I want daily reports.
My rozwiązujemy sprawę w jeden dzień.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey who have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
Hey, you think those bike boys should have on the side? You know what makes you say?
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thank you.
Mhm. Nie ma ich do przesłuchania.
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made it if you got that bad.
Rusty tam pojedzie.
I've been in this job 20
Can you drive to this one? Let me pose a question.
Depends. What's it got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
Cały Rusty. Brzytwa Rustiego. Dobra. Idziemy. A, w sumie to warto by spojrzeć. Szóstka.
McCaffrey is in apartment 6.
Ale mi się udało.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Ciekawe.
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation at least.
I think his name is Phelps. He brought in that case for that poor lady killed near City Hall.
Mówi sam do siebie, chłop.
Grosvenor McCaffrey! Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
I'll go get our wheels.
No, to jak zwykle. Dalej. Za szybko.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight this good fight.
Officer!
Hurry! You can still catch him!
Mamy.
McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
Dobra, i co? No i na komendę przesłuchać ich teraz będzie pewno.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. I don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Now, whoever did it, what's that Dahlia fight?
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
Slow and steady, come on!
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case.
Jak daleko? Co daleko? Pewnie jak zwykle.
Shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
Wow. Tak blisko jest. Faktycznie. Dobrze, godzin minęło. 14 to chyba byliśmy ostatnio.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them.
Okay.
Don't fail me, young fellas.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
Ostatni kontakt z ofiarą McCaffrey.
McCaffrey gave you up, Tiernan. He says he saw you go into your hotel with Evelyn.
I met Evelyn at the public library. We would read for a while and then go for a drink. Last night we went back to my hotel room and had some more to drink. I must have passed out. I woke up and she was gone.
What time was this?
Around midnight, maybe later.
And there's no one who can confirm this?
No, there isn't. I knew you wouldn't believe me.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at it once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it?
She wanted something of his.
Wygląda jakby nie kłamał.
You don't like McCaffrey, do you, Tiernan?
He's full of the common man routine, but he props up a bar like the rest of us. Evelyn thought he was going to be a great novelist. And he had nothing but vitriol for her.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
If you don't give me some reason to think differently about this, Tiernan, I'm gonna have to go to the DA.
I drank half a bottle of scotch. I don't remember a goddamn thing.
Ale mi słabo idzie to przesłanie.
Do you own a
Przynajmniej
car,
pierwszy.
Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
No, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
I want the truth. I think you broke into McCaffrey's apartment and planted a lug wrench there.
I didn't do that. And there's no way you can prove any different.
No bo jest z tej firmy, no.
As hard as this is for you to contemplate,
Idź w ogóle.
I really loved Evelyn.
A spieprzyłem sprawę.
She was kind and gentle to me.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, present from the prop department of her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Tylko jedna odpowiedź, dobrze, na 4. Masakra. Oby on się przyznał, bo to...
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're going to need to do better if you don't want to swing for this.
Nie, po prostu nie mam
I was
siły.
having a political meeting in my apartment.
Cheese and crackers for the 5th columnist.
Some of these people will corroborate your story.
I won't give up names of party members.
Good. It's your funeral.
Ja po prostu nie mam siły. To spieprzyliśmy wszystko.
Vice boys get any on the side?
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
Ale lipa.
How can I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks.
You think the Vice boys get any on the side?
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
No właśnie jak?
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore! She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have...
You beat her because she stole from you, because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Przyznał się.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady and never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys, you bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in a prison graveyard.
Masakra. To przesłuchania finałowe są masakryczne ostatnio. Coraz trudniejsze. Uszkodzenia pojazdu już no kurde zaraz 10 000.
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead, first platoon is in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Can we rally with the first and try for the Nambus?
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Nambus and enfilade.
Mate,
we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant!
Get back off this fucking bridge! They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions! We only have minutes! I'm in charge here, Sergeant! Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant! What's your unit, Sergeant? We don't have time for this, Lieutenant! What's your unit, Sergeant? I accompanied 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river. My orders are to reconnoiter the... I think that point is now moot! You have 10 men left! My orders are to save what's left! Move out!
Koło, jak zwykle uparty, wykonać rozkaz. Rozkaz księżyca. Dużo tych zadań jest chyba w tym wydziale zabójstw, tak mi się wydaje.
Well done, lads. You did well with the Summers case. But we have a problem. The examiner received a new letter today.
Do you mind if I take a look, Ray?
Go right ahead. They've both been rinsed in gasoline like the previous letters, so I can't lift a print.
No one else but the killer knew about this message.
No to ładnie wytłumaczyli.
To suffer woes which hope thinks infinite, to forgive wrongs darker than death or night. Another snippet from the Shelley poem. If the note is from the Dahlia maniac, he definitely also killed Teresa Terrell.
Mal and I agree.
But where does that leave us? If this is the Dahlia killer, and he is responsible for the Tarrelson murder, not to mention the Muller
Hang
case.
on a moment, Skipper.
Let me finish, Rusty. We have 5 birds in hand and none in the bush. The department will not survive a scandal if we have to let them all go without catching a fiend first. Your careers will be over for a start, gentlemen.
Looking in wonder.
Ah, fuck it.
Yet
I knew this
music
run was too
peeled
good to be
along.
true.
I hid myself within a fountain in the public square.
You like that stuff? What is it supposed to
It's
mean?
supposed to... Forget what it's supposed to... What does he want it
Where are you going with this, Cole?
He's obviously taunting us. He believes he's far more intelligent than we are.
Okay, it's some kind of story, right? A guy that God hates, chains him up.
It's an allegory, Rusty.
What? Story with 2 meanings. A symbolic meaning. But that's what he wants us to think.
Could he be using it literally? Within a fountain in a public square? Could it be that easy?
Can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on?
The fountain in Pershing Square. Come on, we have a clue. Captain? Thanks, Ray.
Be careful, Phelps. This is his game you're playing now.
You think talking speed? Try hiring a lawyer. Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked? I didn't want to arrest the kid, so I gave him a dusting.
Mouthpiece was stripped off me at the grand jury. Tape got thrown out.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is American Century Broadcasting.
All those cases, Rusty. What have I been telling you all along?
We gotta get this guy.
I know.
Enough women have died.
Yeah, and it's our asses on the line too, Phelps. You heard what the captain said. The department is not going to take responsibility for all those bad convictions.
Success is a double-edged sword.
Let's just get this sick pervert and have it done with.
Rather you than me, Phelps. You know, the local hobos use that as a retreat.
His list.
There is a cave, all overgrown with trailing, odorous plants which curtain out the day. Where next? Elizabeth Short. Betty Short.
Elizabeth Short's social security card.
Jesus Christ.
That's not all. There's another stanza from Shelley.
Can you work it out? You got a city map? See if you can work out where he's taking us. I don't like this freak leading us around by the nose.
Światło blade, no to był jakiś wybieg czy coś? Jakiś... Punkt orientacyjny. Nie, to na pewno. No może. Na pewno nie może. Właśnie albo kino. No to zobaczymy, no sobie nie jest daleko. Albo kino, albo to archiwum. Jeszcze raz przeczytamy to zaraz.
The ACV Network presents national news from Washington.
Grodzi światło dnia liściem i kwieciem. Na dole szmarach żółkami siemieni, w środku nadersko szmali. Nie, jednak uważam, że to będzie to archiwum. Chodzi o ten... Czy ten śniący to będzie ten żyrandol. Kwiecie, no to... No właśnie. Wypasowało.
Him. It's really him, the fuck who killed the Dalii. Can you believe this? He's leading us.
It's his game, Rusty. You may want someone to catch him, but he's extremely dangerous. I doubt if he will give up easily.
Suits me down to the fucking ground. We clip this fuck and we get citation. What a day to be.
All units also needs help. 415 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
Cole!
Co, Rusty? A, do środka się weszli. No.
Can I help you, sir?
Detectives, LAPD. This is very important, sir. How do we get to the top of the chandelier?
You what?
Have a little faith, pal. We're in a real hurry.
Head up to the top floor. There's an access panel and a ladder in the maintenance room.
Be the cop that won a medal for solving all those cases?
So you're the first in this family going without a tape.
Czyli to chyba nie tu. O, może tu.
Let's go.
I'm going out there, Rusty.
Better you than...
Dobra, jesteśmy tu.
Deirdre Muller's missing watch.
To co, aż 5 będzie tego?
From the temples high of man's ear and eye, roofed over sculptures and poesy. Where have I seen that?
To mi się coś jakimś sądem kojarzy, tylko czy to jest jakiś sąd?
Jesus Christ, hold it off that goddamn thing. Find a rope, Rusty. There isn't time. See if you can swing that thing from side to side. Get it over the edge, then jump for it. Swing. Come on, come on. It's gonna go any second. Swing that goddamn thing and jump for it.
ładnie szło.
Jesus Christ, hold it off that goddamn thing. Find a rope, Rusty. There isn't time. See if you can swing that thing from side to side. Get it over the edge, then jump for it. Swing. Come on, come on. It's gonna go any second. Swing that goddamn thing and jump for it.
Zaraz coraz bardziej buja coraz mniej. Nie wiem, jak to dobrze rozbije. No i się uspokoił. I spadł. Jeszcze raz.
Jesus Christ, Cole, get off that goddamn thing. Find a rope, Rusty. There isn't time. See if you can swing that thing from side to side. Get it over the edge, then jump for it. Wait. Come on. It's gonna go any second.
O, w ten sposób. Dobra, udało się.
That was too close.
Yeah, well, the higher you climb, the further you fall.
Let's get out of here.
Another Dahlia clue?
Coś tam się
No.
świeci.
A yellow gold wristwatch.
The Molar Dame.
Yes. And a scrap of the poem.
Another location.
If I can work it out.
Co tu się tak świeci? Aha. Są jakieś jeszcze odznaki. Ciekawe.
KTI Radio.
Jeszcze raz na tą szlakę. Coś mówiłem o sądzie, nie?
Including the Los Angeles Mirror and the Los Angeles Inquisitor.
Albo górskie coś, albo sąd jakiś. Jest tu jakiś sąd? A dobra, kończymy ten odcinek. Dziękuję za oglądanie, do usłyszenia następnym razem. Żegnam się z wami. Hej.